This is the cost of pagan beliefs.
Hey, awesome people of YouTube, welcome back to another PoE 2 video. In this one, we're going to be talking about how you can sustain maps, because while going through my atlas, climbing higher and higher tiers, I was having a bit of trouble. But now, I'm not having trouble pretty much at all, and I can sustain T15s. I have 3 on me, and I got a bunch in my stash. As you can see, I have tier 11s, 12s, 13, I have a bunch of 15s, and I have one 16, which, we're running more. But before we get started, I just want to say that if you do enjoy this type of videos, do let me know by leaving a like, comment, subscribing, also checking out our stream and joining our Discord where you can see me play and, well, hopefully learn a thing or two or teach me a thing or two. But with that said, let's get started. Well, as you've seen in the beginning, before the intro, I was a little bit of a boss fight, right? So this can kind of give you an idea where you can sustain the maps, right? But before you get to that, you want to have a few things. So if you go over to your atlas, and for me, it's hold X to show the atlas tree. As you can see, I'm 30 out of 30. It's going to take you a little bit to get there. And I've done some citadel, so that obviously helps, increase quantity of items drops, more rarity, and, have 25% chance to drop stone, but they obviously have +3 on them. But all that said, you're gonna be starting over here at your main atlas tree, right? So from here, I would recommend, taking a bit of higher tier waystones and going into teaming horde, because 10% increased number of monster packs in your maps just gives you more stuff to kill so you can level up, and it'll tiny bit help you, right? You can also go into precursor influence, because there are different precursor tablets, and getting 30% increased quantity of precursor tablets found in your map will be helpful, right? So what they do is just add endgame mechanics like delirium or breach, or get expedition or irradiated, which gives +1 to the monster level, which can help you get those higher tier waystones, right? Then if you don't want to go that way, you can go to fortunate path, 100% increase rarity of waystones found in your map, so you can get, instead of just a basic waystone, get a blue or even a yellow waystone, right? You can also, after that, go to a high road, because waystones found have 20% chance to be higher tier, and you want it to be higher tier because you're going to be progressing, right? So you can stockpile more and more. For example, if you're running tier 5s, eventually you're going to want to run tier 6s for the quest so you can get more atlas skill points. So taking this will help. Another good note is constant crossroads. 20% increased quantity of waste found in your area or maps is always helpful, because more quantity of waystones, the better. Stuff like Lucky Pillage can help you a little, but it can also help you get some of the goodies, because it gives you quantity of items and rarity, right? Now, Grueling Journey can help you because 2% increase effective explicit modifiers on your waystone for each explicit modifier can help, because, well, more mods, the better, even if they're bad. So for map sustain, I would recommend a tree like this, right? You have some good nodes, you have some good quality, some good quantity, some good rarity, right? Another helpful node, which kind of doesn't help with the maps, but it will help you get some money, is local knowledge, right? But once you are in the higher tiers, right? For example, running tier 15s and you want to sustain them, I would recommend looking for citadels, which you will need to do because, well, you want to try your and the pinnacle boss, right? And from there you get the nodes, or sorry, passes for this. I'd recommend taking Disposal War for 15% increased quantity of items dropped by map bosses. More quantity, more goodies, more possibly waystones. And after that, definitely take Radiant Waystones. Map bosses have 25% chance to drop a waystone. If you've seen the clip in the beginning, you've seen that I dropped 2 Waystones. I know it was a bit hard. I'm on console. Unfortunately, I don't have the wonderful I didn't filter yet. Uh, Screw us, I guess. But if you don't want to go towards the quant, you can go for the rarity fit for the king and then go for Radiant Waystones. But for starters, you want to have something like this. If you're just starting out, I would recommend going for quantity over here, then rarity, and eventually filling out, higher tier over here, growing journey, lucky pillage, and then going towards local knowledge and then filling out the rest. Now, another helpful thing that can help you get more map sustain, or just have a higher chance of maps, is, look on the top left, is map legends. You see, we have Delirium, Breach, Expedition, Ritual, Corrupted maps, Unique maps, Wandering Trader, which I've not seen, Irradiate maps, and map bosses. Right? Now, the best ones, as if you've seen, is the map bosses. Maps like this. Like the K, as you can see, there's this beautiful boss symbol. Now, if you don't have a lot of high tier maps yet, and you only, let's say, starting to get into tier 11 maps or even tier 6s, and you have a bunch of like tier 10s or tier 5s, whatever, right? You travel with those slightly higher tier maps to the boss and then do the map boss with the highest tier you have, because you don't want to kind of waste those good maps or high tier maps traveling to the boss, and when you get to it, you only have like tier 5s and you can run tier 6 or 7s or 8s. Right? Stuff like Delirium, Rituals, Breaches can also slightly help, right? Rituals maybe not necessarily, because you need to kill enemies in that circle, and you want to prefer to kill rares because that will have higher chances of giving you more drops. Delirium can help a little, but it can be a bit high risk. Same with the Breach. It will be high risk, but can also give you high reward, because you can get some catalysts to improve your rings, amulets. It can also give you splinter or breach splinters, and will have plenty of rares to hopefully give you a couple more higher tier maps. But you definitely want to do this boss maps, right? Because they will have the most chance, because the bosses have the highest chance of most loot. Now, while you're traveling to it, or if you are going to do a boss, you also want to do a few things. Now, you also want to try to get high drop chance of Waystones. Ignore the Delirium stuff. I'm trying to farm for currency. But as you can see, this is 90% wage up chance. Not as good as this, for example, this blue one, right? Or this 100% one. So you want to look, for example, for a higher ones. I corrupted it trying to go to tier 16, but as you can see, there's a plenty of not really fun mods, but it increases my Waystone drop chance to 235. And if I run that in that boss map, I have really amazing chance of getting plenty of tier 15s, so I can sustain. I think the best one I did was about 225 and got like 5 or 6 tier 15s. As you can see over here, I had plenty of them still left over, but it is really scary. Another way you can help is running certain precursor tablets. Like this is a breach one. This is Delirium. But if you don't want to have those, you can run the precursor tablets, just a basic one. All you have to do is just make them blue, throw a transmute, throw an aug, and they'll have stuff like this. Increase quantity of Waystones found in your maps and pack size. Right? More quantity of Waystones, more Waystones possibly, or higher chances. Now, in order to put them, you go to your map device, you go to the tower that you recently completed, and you just slap it in there. Obviously, you want to have the high tier map, the most maps, because it can go from 5 to 10. Right? Here, I got lucky. It was 9 out of 10 with the 8% increased pack size, which is max, and 18 out of 20 quant. Then we'll slap it. Unfortunately, we did not get the boss map. But as you can see here, we got irradiated. So if we put it, for example, this one, it's 80, level 80 for the monsters, versus a boss one, it is level 79. So if you want to maximize the chances of doing it, for example, for that boss map, you can bypass it by going, for example, Steeps, Sand Spit, Hidden Grotto, and then taking this tower with the low tier maps, because to be honest, Lost Towers are crap. I wouldn't waste my higher tier maps grabbing it and then throwing another precursor tablet. If, for example, I somehow did not hit the decay, I would travel, right, to Crypt, because over here Crypt already has radiated and it's a boss one. Hit this tower and slap another one. But for example, if you did hit irradiated, like on this decay, or since we have it on Crypt, what you can do is use a Delirium and a Breach and juice up this map to just have huge stuff, you know, because you have already 8% increase pack and 18% increase Waystone found in area from this tower with a precursor tablet. Right, so if you want to really juice it up, you would just use something like this, you know, these towers, Delirium. You can use Ritual, but I wouldn't recommend, because let's be honest, for some reason I don't think Rituals are as worth it, you know. Like here we have more quantity of breach splinters, you know, breach splinters will help you get more breach stones done, and it has 16% increased rarity of items found in your map. Here we get 13% increased rarity of items, breaches, you know, have more magic mobs, and this have gold and more simulacrum splinters. This way you'll juice your map to just disgusting levels, yeah, because you can have possibly get the really nice one, irradiated boss with Delirium, Breach, and if you get lucky with another tower, which unfortunately I don't have one, like right here, you could also have Ritual and just run all of it after you clear the map, you know. You get rid of the rares, get rid of the boss, and then you do extra stuff because you don't want to fail the map. And you can get a bunch of Waystones, which can help you. Well, sorry, you're not going to get a bunch of Waystones necessarily. You have higher chances because you have plenty of stuff. Like with Delirium, you have chance of getting more rares. With Breaches, you have, depending on your clear, you can get between 3 to 5, maybe more, especially if you have amazing speed and clear. And Ritual, if you get the rares to be killed in the Ritual circle, you can get them to spawn again and have slightly more chances. But hopefully this helped you sustain those beautiful high tier maps and climb your Atlas, going from tier 1 maps to tier 15s. Remember, the boss maps are the best. I hope this video helps you. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to stash them. I'll see you in the next one. And do check out our Twitch link down in the description. Don't forget to stash them. I'll see you next one. Bye bye.